My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train 2. Alright. Who's up then? I mean, oh boy. I do want to level up my friends, my new friends. But I also have the alternate leader for both Lunar Coven and Underlegion now unlocked. I'd also like to get to use those. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could go Awoken Stygian Guard. Sorry, Lunar Coven Stygian Guard. Let's do that. Yeah! Primary Clan, Lunar Coven! And we have Arduhn, who starts with Mage Blade 2 by default, a 2-slot 10-10 champion. As head of the Silent Guard, Arduhn is the keeper of the Coven's darkest secrets. Perhaps he had gone against his oath and revealed a prophecy. Perhaps, had he gone against his oath and revealed a prophecy, he could have saved his family at home. Well, as well as Moon Ritual, a 0-cost spell which phases and also applies Conduit 1 to a friendly unit. Then we also have the starter spell from the allied clan, Stygian Guard, which is just Frozen Lord, deals 10 damage to the front enemy unit. As for our Pyre Hearts, let's use, again, one of the new ones, and we'll take Bogworm's Growth, which we unlocked relatively recently. Permanently add 1 capacity to a random floor after each battle. On top of that, we also have Covenant rank 8 now active. Enemies are stronger, on top of all of the previous modifiers as well. All right, let's get out there. We have so many manipulations. Okay, random starting cards. 2 copies of Meddler, a 1-size Fey unit with 1 Ember, has Summon, Phase, so change the phase of the moon from new moon to full moon or full moon to new moon, and then the ability Manipulate, which also phases with a cooldown of 2. So I'm going to want things that benefit when I phase the moon, definitely, because I have so much control over that. Energy Siphon, 0 Ember, apply spell weakness 1 to an enemy unit. Cool. And Silent Sentinel, 1 Ember, ability Spell Slam, cooldown of 3, restore to full health, apply spell weakness 1 to enemy units. That's a really good frontliner to defend Arduhn. We've got some obvious stuff that we can do here. First off, Lightforge. Oh my god, really? 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 Okay. Arduhn has Battleborn. Mage Blade 2. On Slay, permanently gain Conduit 1. Note, Mage Blade gives you 1 additional damage per magic power you have. Conduit gives you magic power, so this is also on Slay, permanently gain 2 damage, as well as 1 magic power to all spells on this floor. Then there's also Hierophant. On Incant, apply armor 2 to friendly units. Silent units gain double the amount. So that would give a lot of armor to Silent Sentinel. However, this says permanently. And I'm permanently going to click the one that says permanently first time. You, how dare you? Pounding Seal incant triggers an additional time. Of course I want that. Of course I do. But I just chose not to go for incant. Attuned Whetstone on deployment phase. Draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. If I can find an equipment that's relevant, I have none in the base deck, so it'll just be in my opening hand with 0 cost. I'll take that, thank you. Merchant of Steel next to a Stygian Banner or the Lunar Coven. Again, next area is going to be Lunar Coven with the Merchant of Steel, but Merchant of Arms I may want to go to so that I can actually get my equipment. We'll see. I can give Titan Skin to those. Not a problem. Silent Sentinel Arduhn go on the bottom line. Shield Steward, and the most important thing is that I guarantee that Arduhn gets a kill every single turn. So, base. There you go, you'll be slaying that frontline enemy unit. And then I can put the meddler behind you. Arduhn is only going to be able to slay one enemy per turn, though, so should be wary of that. Spell Slam. I guess I use that after I need as much health as possible. 26 on the enemy frontliner. I definitely only need one Frozen Lance thrown at them to get the Arduhn to get the correct slay. If I throw another one, I'm not going to be able to take out the Fallen Champion. So it's Spell Weakness on the Fallen Champion twice, setting you up for later. And then I'll drop the Meddler on the top floor because I would prefer to get a Spear Steward down otherwise. Oh, wow. Unfortunately, with this hand, I'm not going to be able to get Arduhn to slay this turn. Rude. I should purge the Chime of Despair. Good boy. First things first. Big damage. Then Arduhn gets to slay the Cowering Sycophant, but obviously doesn't get to take out Astral. Conduits aren't really the thing making the difference there. Arduhn got to get one slay there. Certainly could have been worse. Well, let's see how well we can do now that the unit's not sapped. Oh my god, you're going to be healing? Oh yeah, resolve after combat, restore 30 health. Rude. Well, they're going to be taking some fire damage here. Ouch. That was pretty bad. Another Meddler, don't need it. Get a Celestial Storm, 3 Ember, deal 10 damage to enemy units on full moon attuned. Yeah, I mean, sure, I can just trigger that. I can set that up. Bloody Moon, additional energy when you slay a unit with it. Take the Celestial Storm. Oh, hello, Helical Crystals. There's also Deep Offering, though. 2 Ember to consume, discard your hand and draw 5. That is such a good draw spell. Relic Crystals deal 35 damage to the front enemy twice. King Deep Offering. Even if it comes with Calcified Ember, it's so powerful. Stygian Banner, Merchant of Steel. Realistically, what I need is my spells to be a lot better and more consistent right now. Merchant Magic has Spell Chain as well as -1 to cost, as well as Double Stack. Double Stack on... none of those really want the Double Stack that much. Spell Chain? What do you got, Lunacoven? Another Silent Sentinel for another line, or Lunar Priestess. On resolve, adds a Moon Ritual spell to your hand with Ephemeral. And Moon Ritual is, again, phase and apply Conjure 1 to a friendly unit, so it's just a bit more. Sure. I have no great reason to ignore that right now when I have the capacity to take it. I want to lower the cost of Celestial Storm twice, ideally. Spell Chain and Double Stack both on a Energy Siphon would also not be bad. Well, there are a lot of choices that we could have made here. I'm gonna put Spell Chain on a Moon Ritual. +10 on one of the Frozen Lances. Just because realistically it will stay in the deck long enough for that to be relevant. Next area, maybe Merchant of Arms. Mind Muddler, draw -1 card per turn. How well can I do with that? I actually think that might be too big of a problem for us right now. Yeah, I very heavily rely on drawing spells to be able to take out my enemies right now. Ooh, Bogworm's Growth grew for our top line. Neat. Granted, that's not really going to change anything for us here, but it did it. Ooh, Celestial Storm's active. But if I use Moon Ritual, it'll only deal 13 damage to all enemy units. I feel like I should use Silent Sentinel to set up spell weakness on the front enemy before I do this. Deal 40 damage to you. Because then Arduhn gets to slay. Is there a better way around that? I can do 13 more damage to you. No, that's not gonna do it. Alright, spell weakness set up. Celestial Storm. Then we can start focusing on using Moon Rituals. I don't really propagate, so giving the conduit to other units doesn't really make that much sense. Suppose let's phase twice, then nuke the enemy frontliner. Unfortunately, that's going to leave all of the spearmen alive. Drop a meddler on the top line because it fits there. Okay, so thankfully I will have Silent Seraph again next turn when I really need it. I'm going to play out the Calcified Ember, burn that out of the deck right now. Because it's just the other two Scourges that we get to play if we want to play anything. I need spells that can target the non-front enemy. It's really important and a thing that I really don't have. I suppose Self Weakness 1 down here makes sense. Yeah, I'm feeling like this one's gonna be a pretty quick. That's where that sentence ends. That's the natural placement for that sentence to end. Yeah, I took a lot too many risks. Really needed some more directed damage for being able to take out backliners, some more reach of some kind. Something to be able to respond to them with. This simply isn't going to do that. I was trying to focus on scaling damage from the permanent growth, but it took us a little too long. Yeah. Hey, we unlocked Life Mother Spire for taking some more damage. Adds the option to copy cards at the Merchants of Steel, Magic, and... what? Urzel's Horde is also soon to unlock, but, let's try that again. Oh my god, these are going to be very helpful. 2 Silver Strikes, deals 25 damage to the front enemy unit on full moon, deal the damage twice instead. There's also Crypt Builder. 3 Ember, Offering, and Attuned. Offering says if you discard this card, it will be played instead. Retreat the front enemy unit and deal 80 damage to them. And then finally, Icy Silophyte. 1 Ember, 2 size unit with Sweep. On strike, apply spell weakness 1 to the attacked units. Alright. Well, you've still got the thing. Mystic Hammer is the other line for Arduhn, giving them the ability Shadowcast. Shadowcast says, on a cooldown of 3, phase to New Moon, and when you're in a New Moon, gain 50 damage on Arduhn. I'm going Battleborn still. Wanderer's Talisman. At the start of the turn, friendly units gain +5/+5 if they're the only friendly unit on the floor. There's also Titan's Claws. At the end of the turn, frozen cards are reduced to 0 cost until played or discarded. I like Wanderer's Talisman here. It'll make it easier for us to make a single line out of the Icy Silophyte. Enemy units be on each floor at the very start, that's fine. Yeah, Shield Steward protects Arduhn on the top line. Actually, oh, I can't put the Silophyte down. Because the Silophyte will clear out the units that Arduhn would be able to slay. Get you on the bottom ground. Yeah, hopefully by that time we're dealing with the fallen champions in the front line instead. Strike and Moon Ritual set those up. Spear Steward would just die to the enemy here. I suppose that's actually fine by me. I'm unlikely to come back to and play both of them. Silver Strike could reveal the ability to hit the Collector. Certainly has appeal. Obviously not what I was trying to do there. Frozen Lance through the backliner. Set up a little bit more on the top, and I will be letting two of you go through to the top, but I get my sleigh. And unfortunately, we will slay no longer as the Icy Silophyte is done. But at least you get to grow 5/5 at the end of the round, right? Start of the round? Start of the round. Obviously, Crypt Builder would be lovely if I could use it, but... Only got to apply one spell weakness there, unfortunately, so Crypt Builder would be a decent amount of damage. I'll save this Frozen Lance, because I would really prefer to hit Crypt Builder double damage on Uriel. There it is. Actually, hang on. It's not affected by whether or not it's full moon, so I can use my conduit first. Okay. We're only going to take one hit to you. Unfortunately, I didn't get that many slays, but... we'll see what we can do about that. Moon Pixie! Conduit 3, Enchant, Grant, Conduit 3. That is an insane unit to sit between Arduhn and anyone else. Phase Blessing, restore 5 health. Healing over max health, restores armor instead. Titan's Tooth. Oh, Mollusk Mage, you just have Conduit 10, you're so good! Titan's Tooth. Offering, deal 5 damage to enemy units and apply Frostbite 10, so another good card to discard. I think I take Mollusk Mage. Arduhn, Moon Pixie, Mollusk Mage, like realistically what I really need is just a Defender as well. Which I don't have, but I'm not gonna ignore the Mollusk. Lunar Coven and Merchant of Steel, that certainly feels like where I could get my Defender. I could also get my Defender through Stygian Banner, maybe a one of the Sharks. Feels like Merchant of Steel could give me... I mean, Dualism for Moon Pixie would be insane for the sake of Arduhn. Mollusk Mage, obviously also similar. Icy Silophyte, if you got speed, if you got, like, haste, quickness, you'd be able to save a lot of damage from occurring. The fact is I just don't have a frontliner, and I can't really rely on putting a Shield Steward in front of Arduhn, because I really want to get the Moon Pixie on that line, so I've got to go to the left. Left? No, I've got to go to the right, that means. Oh, Smidgestone and upgrade a unit with Incant gain armor too. Well, who can I Smidgestone? Selena Acolyte only has sweep on full moon. I don't want to have to avoid playing things just so that that can trigger. Silent Sentinel makes so much sense to me. And I can make the Silent Sentinel one size, which now means I can put Mollusk Mage and Moon Pixie on the same line as it. Huge. I can give Conduit 5 to Mollusk Mage. Upgrade a unit with Incant, gain armor 2. I mean, that doesn't make sense on the spells, the Silent Sentinel, because we don't really cast that many spells on its floor. Incant, gain armor 2. But also, what else would I put on the Silent Sentinel? Just additional health, right? It's just its ability restores its health, so if I give it a bunch of Incant, like, it doesn't even use its ability. Quick and plus 10 could go on the Icy Silo fighter as we were talking about, but then we start losing out on the ability to slay. I guess I could put this on a backliner? Sure. Drawing one less card per turn is certainly an annoyance. I don't think it stops us here. Bold thing to say after I've been telling you that everything is stopping our progress, but I think we got this one. And I'm not going to play a Shield Steward because I want the 5/5 those units will get by being alone on their floor. Get him. Woohoo! Permanent slay. Let's Frozen Lance the enemy frontliner, then set up Silent Sentinel spell weakness as well as destruction, and then the only remaining enemy gets slain by Arduhn. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Realistically, I could now use the Shield Steward to block this line, and I probably should. Actually, with the health on that Sloven Knight, no, I think I put the Spear Steward on the next line. See, now that we actually have good conduit numbers here, Arduhn is doing serious Mage Blade damage. Oh my god, it's just about to get a lot better. Moon Pixie, back line. Another 3 conduit on all the liners there. Sloven Knight's going to be a problem on its floor. So I'll be taking another 10 damage to you. Ow. Huge amount of spell damage right there. Now I will lose all of my spell-related characters. And thankfully I have this quick sweeper. It's nice to have a backup. Bloody Moon. Bloody Moon has the ability to target the backline, which is appealing. Gravity, ascend or descend as well as deal 5 damage to a unit. I mean, that would give me the ability to put the Icy Silophyte on the same line. I could just descend it at the right time. Obviously, I have to deal 5 damage to it, but then I also get to put it on the same floor as Arduhn, which would save a lot of health for units on that floor as well, giving us much more control. I'm gonna take Gravity. Crypt Builder is back. Offering Token, the ability to play my Crypt Builders. Offering Token offers 0 Ember to draw 1, discard 1. It's no longer Merchant of Arms. That was the previous run that we were considering that. Left. Merchant of Steel. Endless. Another Smidge Stone. Another Glimmerstone. Wow, good hits. What have you got? El Gorgon. Sorry, Eel Gorgon. 2 Ember, 2 size. On Incant, gain multi-strike 1. On Resolve, remove all status effects. So, has as many as you cast on it that turn, and then loses them at the end of the turn. Siren of the Sea. 1 Ember, Incant on their floor to give them 3/3. Thing is, I'm not really an Incant trigger deck at the moment. Eel Gorgon. Like, having the Eel Gorgon alive and alone on their own floor makes some sense. Sure, I'll see if I can use you. Remove all status effects. And multi-strike is a status effect. So are buffs and debuffs? But armor isn't? If I gave you Mageblade, would you remove that? You say you remove all, and Mageblade is yellow. Would you remove Mageblade? Merchant of Steel. Smidge stoning units is cool, but like, I can't even smidge stone. Oh, sorry, can't Glimmerstone. Can't even. I can smidge stone the Eel Gorgon, giving it the ability to sit on the same line. Especially after Bogworms, I'll have the ability to overload lines a little bit more commonly. Gain Endless? That doesn't seem right either. I mean, I do think I just want Conduit 5 on Moon Pixie. Incant to gain armor? That can't go on the Eel Gorgon? Wow. You know what? Show me the Celestial. What's in the alcove? Oh! A dim light flickers overhead, revealing an ornately carved table in the center of the room. 3 cards lie on the table, each one stamped with a strange sigil across the bottom of the card. Across the table is Stoat, watching you with glazed eyes. You want one of these sigils? Go ahead, take one. Do you take a sigil from the Stoat? The ability is Worthy Sacrifice. On cooldown 2, sacrifice to gain 3 Ember? Oh, if only I'd made a unit endless. There's also Many Lives, give something to reanimate 3, or Fecundity. On summon, add a copy of this unit to your hand that costs 1 extra Ember. Don't really want to get additional copies of units like that. Many Lives, eh? I feel like if I gave the Reanimate to the Icy Silophyte, it would survive a lot longer. Worthy Sacrifice. Realistically, Worthy Sacrifice just goes on something like a Spear Steward or a Shield Steward, and we just use it for a pump of energy. those are also cards that I tend to want to remove from the deck. You can't use abilities before the rounds start, right? So I wouldn't be able to summon a Spear Steward, a Shield Steward rather, than use its ability in the deployment phase to get the I don't think you can do that. Total misplay. I wasn't prepared to face you. Stoked. Smidge Stone, Immortal Stone. I mean, do I? I guess. Obviously, now I need to get Draw as my priority gem to get, so that I can balance out the fact that I'm going to be drawing that unit every turn, and also I have energy every turn courtesy of that. Excuse me, did you just Bogworms both? Oh no, this one got the first one that it's had. Got it. So this one's permanently going to have one. Neat. Hey, the 5/5 that you just got from the Wanderer Talisman kept you alive. Okay, Spear Steward. Let's see how well you can do. Summon. Die. Well, actually, before I do that, hang on. Because I don't have use for infinite energy this turn, so I will Offering Token through the Vengeful Shard first. And then I guess I summon and don't kill the Spear Steward just yet. Let's get you to weaken them. Actually, no, that's not relevant. Let's just throw the Silver Strike at the enemy frontliner. We'll be taking out one of you. Then Icy Silent Light takes out two of you in the next round. Is it important that I get the Spear Steward down? I think it is, actually. Oh, I forgot to use my Moon Ritual. Oops. Just missed out on free Conduit and Phase. There we go. Again, I don't need the energy from that Spear Steward. Just happily leave you hanging about. Full moon for ascending at the moment. Unfortunately, we didn't draw any of the moon rituals for inversion. It's really important that Arduhn slays, so despite the fact that Crypt Builder could have killed a unit for us, I would rather this. Actually, hang on, I have found the opportunity to blow up our Spear Steward of value. You blow up here, one down. Then we butter up the next one. And then I can even throw away the Vengeful Shard. Finally, we actually have the units that comprise our bottom line. Our damage is finally online. Let's get a defender for the Icy Scyther fight now. Obviously, I still have to leave this here for the sleigh. Not many demands for extra energy next turn, so I'll hold here. I need Arduhn to have more health, or I need the unit in front of them to have more health. It's okay. We got time to resolve this. See? Consider it resolved. And if it weren't after that, a single spell on the top line would explode them. Or Frost Effigy. Transfer all Frostbite, not a thing that I do, to a single unit, then double it. Cool. Tidal Turning, 3 Ember to consume, restoring 20 health to all friendly units, healing over max health applies armor instead. I would love that. That would save my entire bottom line by itself very, very effectively. And then Duality. Deal 10 damage to an enemy unit or restore 10 health to a friendly unit. Definitely going for the Tidal Turning here. Saves us from exactly the thing that's causing us a trouble. Selena Acolyte and Shade Guard both having specific phases they want to be in at the end of the turn doesn't suit me. Silent Sentinel, just having a second Silent Sentinel on a different line. Realistically, if I want a second Silent Sentinel, we dupe our first one. I'm leaning very close to no. It's definitely extra draw. Merchant of Trinkets as well as Celestial Alcove and Forgotten Boons. Yeah. If the other was a Merchant of Arms, this might be a bit more difficult of a choice. Made Blade 4 on our Battleborn. Ooh. Artificial Firestone, 3 additional Ember in the opening phase. Very, very useful. Allows us to fully summon units. After deployment phase, when you play the third card per turn, draw 1. Great. There's also Dante's Footstool. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck and reduce its cost to 0. If I had a room card, I would immediately take that, but there are some very good room cards. Maybe I should have gone to the alcove first, just to see if in case I got a room card here. You come across the wreckage of a once proud train, derailed on its journey to heaven. The remnants of a failed army lie scattered. Ghostly whispers seem to linger here, calling out to you. Their stories unfinished, but their power still potent. Do you claim a remnant from a past expedition? A rare Awoken, Underlegion, or Lazarus League draft pick? Okay, so Awoken, more likely to be related to health and spikes and shield. Well, shield, health and spikes. Under Legion, more likely to be related to Harvest troops. Lazarus League, more likely to be busted equipment. Well, let's start with Brain Transfer. 2 Ember, sacrifice a unit, then transfer damage and all buff and debuff effects to the front friendly unit. I mean, I could use that to, like, sack Mollusk Mage and give the Conduit to a different target, but I just don't really see this huge benefit. Combustion Suit. 1 Ember gives 10 health and 10 damage. Also, on strike, apply Unstable 5 to enemy units. I don't know if Arduhn would be able to get slay triggers from those unstables exploding. I imagine not. Oh my god, what if I had Combustion Suit on the Eel Gorgon? That actually seems pretty cool. There's also Spike of the League, gain 1x reanimate. That's just 1x additional stacks of Don't Die on the Silent Sentinel. Which is fine, but there should be a better way to do that for us. I'm gonna take the Combustion Suit. Take the Remnant of the Lazarus League, may it serve you well. When you return to your train, you think you hear a whisper in the wind. Perhaps it was your imagination. Or maybe it was the voices of the clan members long past. Empyrean Well next to it. Oof. I mean, another Moon Pixie would be insane for the amount of magic power that we would have on that bottom line. We've also got a lot more draw now. I can take less draw because I have so much more draw. Ooh, 2 Bogworms on that top line. Cool. I don't really want to play these 2. But I should. Hit him with a spell weakness. Actually, I only have to get 1 Discordant Toll to prevent that next turn. Oh no, wait, but it's the only unit I can kill anyway. Yeah, slay him, Arduhn! Certainly feels like Combustion Suit seems appropriate here. You're going to incant by sapping our units, but that's fine. Because you'll turn it into the full moon. It'll make it easier to do a lot of stuff. Let's get the sacrificial spear steward on the top line. Gonna incant past that card. You know what? Yeah, I'll sack the steward so that I can play the calcified ember. I did not properly manage to see whether or not the slays were attributed to Arduhn there. Oops. Descend. I don't really want to descend or ascend anyone. Take 1 damage in order to develop the Spear Steward? Sure. Okay, let's slow this down. We have 17 Conduit on Mage Blade Man at the moment. $18, yeah, so we only got the Slay that we were directly responsible for. That's a shame. Let's get Mollusk Mage down on this line as well. Then big old healing. Oh, that Lance takes them out. Hell yeah. And we even have the ability to hit a couple of Moon Rituals and still get a Slay on that bottom line. Should have thrown another one of the Moon Rituals on the top line, eh? In fact, I will. I'm placing the mages and pixies in front of Arduhn because I want Arduhn to survive as long as possible in the boss fighting rounds. And then it's... There we go, top line dead. Now I can go back down and just throw Moon Rituals wherever I want them. I mean, title turning for the bottom line makes the most sense right now, right? Just full giant amount of armor for everyone. Oh, I keep forgetting that I have the Mr. Explodes up there. Hell yeah. Feels like this fully came around between last fight and this one. Even got the Slay with the right character. Moonrise. Gives us a calcified ember to take it, but for 0 ember, it consumes, gains 1 energy, and then fades to the new moon. Also, Lunacy, X cost to phase X times and apply X conduit. I like the idea of that. Cover of Night, 1 ember to consume, face a new moon, apply 5 damage and stealth 1 to all friendly units. I think I like Lunacy the most out of these because I have so many reasons to get things that will care about how many times I phase. Ooh, there's the Guardian Stone. On in-can, apply armor 1 to friendly units. I mean, it feels like that absolutely should go on the bottom line with the Moon Pixie and the Mollusk Mage. And now that we have the additional growth as well from the Bogworm, we'll be able to do that. Oh no, but it's up against Ice Storm. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy unit 5 times. I can't turn that down. I can't. It does. It's too much. It's too much. I already have the ability to get armor on my units over the floor using title turning, so I'll try and... that could help me not need the Guardian Stone. Ice Storm, though, is essential, especially if I can make that holdover. Stygian Banner, Merchant Trinkets, Merchant of Arms on the other side. Merchant of Arms still relevant, because... no, wait, I didn't get the thing. Well, I got a combustion suit if I really need it. Has an equipment or a room card there as well. Stygian banner. Do I need another Stygian unit? Do I have a good card to dupe? I mean, another Moon Pixie is nice, but it doesn't really... It's not really what you want to do. Sick. First unit you summon each turn, gains Conduit 4. Very easy way to just stack some additional Conduit on that baseline. Astrologer's Orrery. The first time it becomes full moon each turn, gain 1 energy. That's just an energy every turn for us. Stygian unit. Icy Silverfight, copy number 2, or Gold Gelia. Also has sweep, but applies Frostbite to enemy units. I'm not going to take either of those. I will, however, go to the Empyrean Well and dupe. I'm leaning towards Ice Storm, I'll tell you. Literally just having a second copy of that card with the amount of Conduit I'm capable of generating is good. But also, I really do need to keep my mages and mollusks alive. And it feels like another copy of Tidal Turning, despite the fact that it's so expensive, is very efficient for doing that. It's either Moon Pixie, Ice Storm, or Tidal Turning. Those are the only 3 that I can reasonably justify. I think a second copy of Ice Storm in this deck is absurd. However, it also ends up taking a lot of the Slay triggers away. I'm gonna regret that. Alright, tough as nails. Sure, you can have Titan Skin if you entered the floor, that's fine. I don't do 1 damage. I either do 500 or none. Sentinel, tune behind. Eel Gorgon. Well, actually, hang on. Do I want to put the Eel Gorgon on the bottom line here? I think not. I'm gonna let them grow. I'm not gonna blade the stewards. Little moon ritual, then I'll also murder the frontliner immediately. I'm gonna sack a Spear Steward here just to... Nice. Literally just to save some health on the Silent Sentinel. Pretty important Mollusk Mage goes behind Arduhn in this one. Let's use Silver Strike to set up the ability to take out all of these enemies without a problem. No one really cares about my incant triggers at the moment. Got to set up Spear Steward for a worthy sacrifice at some point, and then Ice Storm is already showing that it's doing 42 damage to a random enemy 5 times. Pretty good. Oh, Sharp-Eyed Sniper, you're going to survive the Mollusk Mage, so I'm not going to let you attack then. Silver Strike on this floor currently does 68 damage twice. Moon Pixie. Moon Pixie. Now it does 112 damage twice. Pretty good. One. And that's another comfortable slay. I'll take out the enemy before I play more cards here. Yeah, because I'm about to draw again. Ooh. See, I don't care about phasing, so... I guess I slightly do. Sure. There you go. Now I have Ori triggered. Woohoo! Doesn't really change anything there. Perfect. Titled Tuning has turned up at the right time. Spear Steward and explode them because I would like to be able to use more of my mana. Oh! Drew the Spear Steward immediately again. Which I guess I don't play this time. I just need to get a ridiculous amount of armor on all of my units on that bottom line, and then we are safe. Your turn, buddy. I'm pretty sure if I don't do anything here, we will have all of the slays occur for Mr. Mageblade. Slay number 1. And number 2. Moonrise. 0 Ember to consume, gain 1, and then phase to full moon. Moonbeam's also pretty good. X cost to deal 20 damage to the front enemy unit X times. And then Glittering Drafts. Consume 1 Ember to restore 20 health and apply Conduit 4. I'll take Moonrise. Unnamed Tome. 0 Ember, Permafrost, and consume. Apply a mute 5 to enemy units. So I can just use that to mute some enemy units at the right time. Neat. Comes with the Calcified Ember. Drain. Apply Sap 3, discard a card at random, and then finally the Ice Storm that I'm going to be taking because, obviously. Because of obviously. Yeah, I do want to go to the Merchant of Magic. Being able to do... There's some stuff I want to do in the Merchant of Magic. Fire remains. Emberian Well. Please give me the ability to duplicate something stupidly good. Holdover. Holdover, unfortunately, I can't give it to the card that I want it on, which is Moonrise. Because if I could... I have to remove the consume from Moonrise before I can do that, rather. Holdover on Ice Storm's pretty good. Holdover on Offering Token just so that I can cycle through a spell as well as cast Crypt Keepers for free is pretty good too. It's got to be holdover on a Ice Storm, make it 0 cost. Double stack for Lunacy, giving double the stacks of Conduit. Realistically, no. 20 magic power and consume. I could take 20 magic power and consume, but realistically, do you think it matters? I'm playing 23 Conduit immediately at the start of the fight. I don't think I want Surge Stone here. I think I'll reroll. Remove consume from Moonrise. Ooh. Or I could remove consume from Tidal Turning. That's probably way more than I need though. But it's insanely good. I do that and then I'll add consume. What? It doesn't get consume? It -2's the cost, but because I've removed consume with the Eternal Stone, this card can't gain consume. I don't think I need magic power. I think I'm gonna save the rest of my money there. And then Empyrean, well, if you're gonna offer to dupe something for me, it's either going to be that Ice Storm, which realistically is going to be way too much damage from just Ice Storm and not actually helpful for me. Or it's going to be another copy of Tidal Turning, so I hit it more consistently, as well as have the ability to defend all my units much more comfortably. Obviously, we'll be setting up on the bottom line. Oh, Umbra unlocked. All right, because the capacity was increasing because of the Bogworm. Hell yes. Oh my god. Yes, sure. Moon Pixie, Mollusk Mage, so I already have all of my spell power. Well, not all of it, but a lot of my spell power sorted out on that bottom line. 83 armor to all of my units, please. Perfect. I'm actually going to make you spell weak before... That's fine, we still sweep them next turn. No incant triggers on the bottom line I need to care about. On resolve, you'll gain Titan Skin 5. Cool. Do I care about ascending or descending units right now? No. I guess I don't even play Moonrise. I was about to say, unless I draw something very expensive, and then I drew something to actually pump out energy instead. Your turn, buddy. Now, incants on the frontliner for gain armor now seems much more appropriate. Like, I could throw Crypt Builder on this line. It just doesn't really make any difference. I get a Slay either way. And then they get cleared up in the next round because I have a quick sweeper, so... Literally not a problem. God, if I could only give Trample now to Arduhn. It's offering our way through a Vengeful Shard. Okay. Conduct a couple of moon rituals. Nice, nice. The Ice Storm would officially kill all of those units. Should I cast it on the top floor? Or do I just skip the Ice Storm now? Because of the fact that Arduhn cares about slays, and we're so far ahead of the enemy at this point, I really do think we have to just ignore it. I don't think Kale is going to truly be a problem. Oh, hell yeah, I can descend my unit. Wait, what? Oh, I was about to say I can't do that because obviously I'd kill my own unit. But no, I can because off floor I'd be able to do that. That said, I don't want to. Guess it's just Lunar Ritual and then some Lunacy. I mean, at some point, I will have to cast an Ice Storm, but thankfully I still get a Slay after it. Hell yeah, I'll Moonrise. Oh! That animation is completely out of sync with the power level of that spell. I would have assumed that was a, like, nuke everyone for all of your conduit on every floor or something like that. Alright, buddy, how much spell weakness do you have? And could I theoretically... Okay, no. Oh, it's only 3 spell weakness. Right, the other one's unstable. Got it. Let's see how this one goes. I intentionally stopped doing anything here so that I can get as many Slay triggers as possible. You get the first one easy. The second one, do you die to unstable somehow? Yeah, you do. But then I get the second one at least. Cool. And I'm almost certain to be the unit that finishes Kale the Cherub as well. Oh, never mind! Almost certain, but not guaranteed. Turns out that it was one of the Fate Recess. What's your type of game? Moon Pixies that did that. Stardust Invocation. Consume to phase and create an ephemeral copy of a spell in your hand. There's also Hoarfrost Effigy, which I don't do Frostbite, so no thank you. And Spike of the Stygian. Apply X Sap and X Frostbite to the targets. Stardust Invocation, please. Heaven's Light, Limbo's Solace, and Hell's Flame. Again, I think it's just Limbo's Solace. think our energy is developed via other things. Umbra. Commune with the ancient Umbra Shroud. The original residents of Hell mine the Crucible for precious materials to help in the fight against the Titans. What are they called again? Morsels. Oh, I can't wait for some morsel gameplay. Merchant of Arms, Celestial Alcove, and Pyromanes. If I found a equipment, I could put it in my opening hand very easily. Merchant of Steel. I feel like with the spells that I now have, I am kind of beyond needing the Merchant of Steel. So Hierophant would be an incant trigger on our bottom line, gaining armor 2 to all friendly units, and silence gain double the amount. That said, I, again, already have all of that taken care of with these 2 title turnings. So I will go all the way down the line. Battleborn 3, Mage Blade 6, so we get 6 damage per conduit. Planetarium. It's a room. Grant friendly units conduit 5. Zone of Silence. Grant silence to non-boss enemy units. That gives me the ability to nullify Sweep, which logistically is probably the biggest problem for me, because if I don't get title turning on one of the first turns, I could be swept. Silence to non-boss enemy units. And I have the energy to play it as well, courtesy of the Artificial Firestone. I can put it in my opening hand. Everything's telling me that's the right thing to do. What do you got in the alcove, though, buddy? The Historian emerges from an inconspicuous library. In his hands are books that bear the symbols of the Hellhorn, Lunar Covenant, Underlegion.
Entry is strictly forbidden. However, I can lend you some of its knowledge.
Which clan's tome do you take from the story? One Horn's tome! There it is! Fragile and multi-strike to a single unit. Oh my god, it is multi-strike. There's also the Lunar Covenant's Ritual Tome, consumed to apply Titan Skin 2 to a friendly unit. Or finally, the Underlegion's Tome of the Evergrowth. I think it's One Horn's Tome for us. I think it's gotta be One Horn's Tome. They can be as fragile as they like. You've chosen the Tome of the Hellhorn.
May the knowledge, rather, of this clan's victories and defeats aid you on your journey.
Is there anything else I need to do here while I'm here? New. No, I thinkn't. Merchant and trinkets in the next area should certainly save some money for that. A penitent prayer stone will be forged on each floor. Sincerely, not a problem. Get him, Bogworm! Arduhn. Then. Spell Mage. Then. Zone of Silence on this floor. No one else gets to do anything. Then. Silo I find. Then. Eel Gorgon. And then the final one is for protecting whom? Top floor. Yeah, I bet you miss having Sweep. Oh, Immobile is also silenced. Can I move you? Excuse me? Excuse me? All triggers and abilities. Righto. Doesn't work how I thought. My mistake. I'm glad I now know. This is gonna become a little bit more of an it, but that's okay. I've got more ways to kill Rage Wings in the back line than I have had in some previous runs. Certainly feels like I have to play this title turning as soon as I can. Yeah, I'm just gonna accept that I have to play that for the armor right now. Oh well. Scared of that. Pretty scared of that guy right now. We do 85 per strike. Okay, so we can survive that Avowed Gladiator getting to the top. Setting up the ability to take down their 500 health units in the front line, essential. Yeah, I can't even retreat that back to the floor, so Avowed Gladiator guarantees that it goes to the top. That's fine. Had to expect that, to be honest. Let's get Maul Smage down. Then offering through a Crypt Builder. Perfect. I'll summon a Spear Steward who I will sack, giving me the ability to play out the rest of these. Combustion Suit for another 10/10, as well as the ability to apply Unstable. And then a bunch of armor for the bottom line. All right. Things were certainly a little rougher than I wanted them to be, but we're fine now. Insane amount of conduit now. You grow by 5/5 each turn, so I do want you to continue growing there. Spear Steward would die as soon as it tries to strike the enemy because of their spikes, unfortunately. Which I guess does mean that it's guaranteed to be in the next hand at least. Perfect. Now that I've got title turning, in fact, let's blow up the Spear Steward. Stardust Invocation, give me another copy of title turning, please. Perfect. Then title turning. Title turning. Drop the Spear Steward back on the floor. Destroy the Spear Steward. phase a bunch of times. Bunch of conduit. And Arduhn can only slay 2 units anyway, so I may as well use Ice Storm to try and lessen the incoming damage. That said, it's worth noting, the incoming damage is 14 against HP pool of 338. So not really too much of a concern, to be honest. Just waiting for the boss to spawn and die. Alright. Fireheart Herzel's Horde unlocked, and that was on right, that's the stewards doing damage. So that's all of the Firehearts except for the ones that we get for defeating Titans unlocked. Moon Golem, Moon Cycle triggers an additional time. It's not happening. Conduit. Sorry, Cosmic Bolt. It's a tune. Deals 5 times damage. Urchin Spines. Consume to apply spell weakness 2 to enemy units or Guardian Stone. Incant for armor on friendly. 100%. Not necessary. I'll take Urchin Spines because I can. Fireheart unlocked. Herzel's Horde. Gain 4 Deployment Ember. Deployable upgrade is 50% cheaper. That's super cool. Oh, I'm certain I can do busted things with that. We have the ability to dupe another card. No, let's go left. More money. Let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. End of turn, apply Frozen. No. When a unit gains Frostbite, it gains 2 additional Frostbite stacks, and Frostbite does not decay. No. When you're out of energy, Ember rather, cards can be played with their cost and buy health. I also don't care about that. I'll reroll. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Silent Sigil. When it becomes New Moon, apply Armor 10 to silent units. There's also Volatile Gauge. Draw 2 additional cards each turn and randomize their cost between 0 and 3. That one could be a bit of a problem, unfortunately. I can't have Tidal Turning constantly turning up at high cost. Trader's Quill. Also, it could kill my energy gain from my Spear Steward. Trader's Quill. 30 damage to the front enemy unit whenever I play a Consume card. That's not going to be especially common. I'm going to leave that for the moment and see what the Merchant of Magic can do for us. Intrinsic and -1 to a cost. I want One Horn's Tome. Then -1 to something's cost. I don't think that one, I think that goes on Stardust Invocation. Then I re-roll. Double stack. Yeah. Yep. And we can remove Consume from card. I'll remove Consume from Moonrise or Stardust Invocation. Both would be pretty good hits for that. But there's also -2 cost and then give Consume. Not necessary. Let's remove Consume from Stardust Invocation so we can always just use another copy of our best spell in hand. Feels like the rest of these should just be removals. I mean, Frozen Lances are probably some of the least useful cards in my deck at this point. -2 to a cost and Consume. You know what? I will give that to one of the Frozen Lances. Get it down to the deck. Alright, Seraph Eternus. I don't think you're ready for this. I do not think you are ready for this, Jelly. Yeah. Your turn. Ah, I've disabled all of your abilities on this lore. Thank you. So I don't have to worry about this enemy who has the incant ability. Oh, this is actually a very easy turn for us. Sick. Spear Steward, summon. Spear Steward, die. Then, get my Conduit Pixie down. Combustion Suit. We draw our Spear Steward again. Let's get one Horn Stone for the triple multicast there. I think I'll take the opportunity to just summon the Spear Steward again. Have that additional energy ready for a later turn, and I'll just throw the spikes on Seraph Eternus there. We can full heal Silent Sentinel next turn. Perfect. There's the title tuning. That's all we needed to draw. Oh. Ice Storm is finally in hand to be able to be played constantly. Ooh. Welcome to the bottom line. You're granting all of my units sap. How dare you? I guess I do discard the Curse of Entropy here then. Stardust Invocation to dupe another spell in hand. I mean, realistically, I don't know what spells it should be at this point. Sure, Moon Ritual. Why not? No downside to playing that. Welcome back down to the bottom line. It's good to see you. How much can I really accomplish here? Oof. Crypt Builder does so much damage just if I could reveal the Seraph. Please, Seraph, this battle is over. Everyone knows it but you. I mean, this one's pretty clear, yet Stardust invoke another title. Alright, Seraph. There's no more time left. You have to face my Arduhn, who does 2,400 damage and has 500 shield. How do you think that one's gonna go for you, buddy? Pardon me, sorry, it's actually 685 health. But I still think we'll be okay.
Big boy.
And we head into the Great Abyss with our collection of, what is it, Covenant 8 now? That's right, Covenant's 8. Lunar Covenant levels up to level 6, getting the Ethereal Sealy, a blue-bannered Fey unit. Costs 1 Ember and 1 Size, has Conduit 5, and applies 1 additional stack of Conduit each time it's applied. Neat. Lunar Lantern. Selene units gain plus 20 damage in Full Moon, Silent units get plus 20 in New Moon. We also get 1 more for the Ritual Tome, which we saw earlier in this run. 2 Ember to consume, applying Titan Skin 2 to a friendly unit. Titan Skin is just a reduction of 1 damage per stack. It's not Titanite, it's Titan Skin. I confuse those personally. And the Scrivener, 2 Ember, 1 Size Selene unit with the ability of Spellweave. Spellweave draws a spell and applies -1 to its cost. Can do that once every 2 turns. The Stygian Guard have unlocked Ice and Pyre. 1 Ember, Pyre bound, which means that it can only be played in the Pyre room and the floor below it. It's attuned and deals 90 damage to the front enemy unit. You can't play this in the Pyre room. I guess this is just... How many of the spells are Pyre bound? Sigiled Seaweed. Apply Mute 1 to an enemy unit when it enters your train. We also unlock Umbra with increasing room capacity. We unlock Covenant rank 9. Your Pyre takes 30% damage at the start of the run, and Herzl's Horde has given us the Herzl's Horde Pyre Heart. 14 gilded cards as well. Beautiful. So I guess next episode we'll head to the Underlegion. I'm trying not to use too many of the champions from the later clans just yet, because it makes it easier to make thumbnails that don't contain spoilers, which I would like to maintain for at least a period of time here until it becomes entirely untenable not to. So we'll move on to Mistress Moral, I think her name was, of the Underlegion in the next episode. I might pair them with Umbra, I might pair them with Awoken rather, I'm not certain. We'll figure that out in the next episode. Until then, let's head back to the outpost and figure this was gonna happen.
Something on your mind? You been up here a while?
I've been thinking about my vision again, and about my brother. The Seraph up there is nothing more than an empty shell. That monster isn't my brother, but the one I saw in the vision. It was really him. Hearing his voice again made me feel so small. Like I was back in heaven with him again, standing in his shadow. I came here to leave all that behind, yet a single word was enough for the past to come rushing back. It's pathetic.
Phil, you came this far on your own wings. Don't let Seraph define who you are anymore. You are who you choose to be. It was you that warned hell about the Titans. You rebuilt the Covenant. You who united angels and demons to fight alongside one another. The moment you stood against Seraph, the moment you carved your own path, You left fear behind. The only thing left to do now is to believe it.
Thank you, Hazel. That means a lot. You're right. There's no reason to fear Seraph anymore. He doesn't decide who I am. He never did. I think I'm ready to face him now. Thank you, again, Hazel. I'll see you at camp.
Trying to rekindle an old flame, hey? How sweet! Yet, you won't tell her the truth, will you?
The truth? What are you talking about?
Don't play coy with me. You can't trick a trickster. You've been remembering, haven't you? Ever since you woke up. Is that why you've been sitting on the sidelines cheering everyone on? Scared to mess everything up again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fine. Go ahead then. Keep pretending. Don't worry. I won't spill your little secret. But how long until your secret catches up to you? Titan of Souls?
We've gathered all of the Pyre Hearts. The Pyre should be at full strength now. It's time, Vel.
Pyre, show me Seraph. Seraph. Well, it is you. Seraph, I'm here for one thing only. Where are the Titans, and how do I reach them? My, look at you. You've changed, little sister. You've grown bolder and uncouth. And those horns, are you trying to be one of them? I don't have time for this. The Pyre can only reverse the corruption for so long. I need you to answer me. How do I reach the Titans? Careful now. Are you truly foolish enough to think you can command me, Fel? No, I'm not. But you no longer command me. I follow my own path. And as it stands, I'm your only chance of leaving this place. How amusing. Very well. I'll tell you how to reach them. In fact, I'll even make you a deal. Defeat the Titans for me, and I will hand over heaven to you. What? You'd give me the throne? Why? Isn't this what you always wanted? A chance to run hell through your ideals with mercy and compassion? I don't want your throne, Seraph. I just want this all to end. I didn't say you had a choice. My body is corrupted in its entirety. Once the Titans are gone, there'll be nothing left of me. Don't be sad, little sister. Perhaps you're angry at me right now. But when I'm gone, deep down, you'll miss me. Because one day, when you're sitting on that throne, you'll realize why I had to do the things I did. You'll clip their wings too. And when you learn the truth, you'll even turn your back on your hellborn friends. Believe me, I will never be like you. Now, enough of these mind games. How do I find the Titans? The Titans. Entropy, savagery, dominion. You'll find them past the final gate, beyond my throne. Only I can open the final gate. But defeat me, and I will open it for you. Remember, dear sister, no matter how much you deny it, the light that made you, my light, is who you really are.
Vel, is everything alright? Do we have what we need?
Yes, we do now. Prepare the next train. We're heading straight for the Titans. It's time to end this. Yep, so the Titans are a fight that occurs after the Seraph fight. Figured that had to be the kind of case. We'll expand and explore upon how that occurs in this specific game in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2, top left of the series playlist. For all my content on the Game Pass, present, future YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thanks tier, and a special thanks this episode to Nick Starfield. Hopefully you'll live and enjoy yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.